Ruby Road Coordinates, 70% off. Greg Norman and Nautica Golf Tees, just $5.98. Ladies Select Sandals, $20. 50-foot steel pocket hose, $19.98. The new Ruby Horsepower Scrubber, $39.98. And assorted lawn and garden items, 60% off. Loyalty members earn double points all week long.
We have been talking about TASTE, the event that will be benefiting the Kidney Foundation here in Chattanooga. We're going to kind of dovetail now into a conversation about organ donation in general. So happy this morning to have Dawn Benjamin on the show. She is with Tennessee Organ Donor Services. And next to her is Jennifer Smart, who is a recipient very recently, September in fact, of a kidney transplant. So good to see you.
Good seeing you.
What timing that you are here on the same day that we happen to have been focusing on TASTE earlier. We were talking about the only hope that people have when they have kidney disease really is to receive an organ transplant. You waited how long for yours?
3.5 years.
Is that typical, Dawn?
It is. Our average wait time for a kidney is 3 to 5 years, unfortunately, because the need is so great. When we look at our national waiting list of all the organs needed, 85% of those are people who are waiting on a kidney.
Is that nationally or just in Tennessee?
That's nationally.
Okay.
And Tennessee really mirrors that.
You were telling me, though, that while the need's always going to be there for more of us to be organ donors, the good news is more of us are becoming organ donors.
That is true. Each year we increase in the number of people who choose to give that gift of life thanks to their decision or their family's decision to pass that on. Last year we were up 21% in the number of people who made that choice and gave that gift.
So tell me, if you don't mind, I'll pry a little bit, Jennifer, into your story. What caused you to need the transplant?
I was born with one kidney.
You were born with one kidney?
Yeah.
And then was there a problem then that happened to the one kidney?
It never developed. I mean, well, the one kidney, I did blood work and it started showing kidney function fail.
So have you struggled then your whole life? Or did it show up just fairly recently?
Just recently. Never had a problem.
So when you went to the doctor, were you expecting just something kind of mundane? What do you remember the day you found out you had only one kidney?
No, I don't remember, but I'd had to go through ultrasounds and CTs and all that because they couldn't find anything wrong, what was causing it.
So the kidney itself, are you telling me that the one kidney you had was functioning, it's just that because it had to function alone, it eventually played out, basically?
Yes.
Is that common? Do you know how rare it is to have only one kidney?
I believe it's pretty rare. I don't know any statistics on that, but we can live with one kidney.
Right.
When someone's transplanted, they don't receive 2 kidneys. They only receive 1.
So that day, I know you don't remember it clearly very well, but when you left the doctor's office that day, did you begin dialysis? Is that what you had to do while you waited?
No, I still had some function, but I had a hysterectomy, and then 2 weeks into post-op, I went into kidney failure.
So was the hysterectomy done as an effort to try to help the issues you were having with your kidney, but it didn't prove successful?
No.
So once the kidney failure happened, what occurred in your life? What changes did you experience?
Well, actually, what was it, April 1st?
Of this year? A year ago?
Of 2020,
Okay.
I went and had my first dialysis.
So you did begin dialysis once you
2
went
weeks
into
after.
kidney failure. What amazes me, I'm peppering you with questions and I'm sorry, but you worked throughout this whole time. You didn't give up your job.
Nope, I love my job.
Where do you work?
Erlanger.
So here you are in a medical community now as a patient. That must have felt a little bit profound.
At first it was kind of weird, but
Yeah.
they got me through it. My Erlanger family did.
Do you know, so you got your transplant in September. Not to be overly dramatic, but do you know how close you were to not having much time left?
No, I don't, but I could feel it.
You could feel it? Just you got tired?
Yeah, I got really tired.
You were telling me, so our set, there's a little bit of a step up when you come up here. There was something significant today.
I did my first there.
Since you had the transplant. You said to me, well, I have blood now. So talk about your hemoglobin
Oh, it was very low.
count.
Yeah. It was a 6 when I went in, and now it's about a 12.
What's it supposed to be?
12 is the low normal.
12 is a low normal and you were a 6. So you must have had no energy at all.
I worked and did hemodialysis, and then I went to PD.
PD.
That's home dialysis.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, you're sitting here nodding, and Dawn, you probably hear stories like this all the time.
Sure. I think it's important for people to realize that when you're on dialysis, that's not a fix. And Jennifer can probably talk about the difference between when you're on dialysis and then when you woke up from that transplant, the difference that
yes.
you felt.
I felt like I was getting back to normal.
Really?
Yes.
You could just feel your body functioning now in a different way.
Yeah.
So you have not met the family
No.
of your donor, but you hope to?
Yeah.
Is there a reason to think you will be able to?
I'm just hoping I can.
Does that become part of the privacy, I guess, if you will, Dawn?
It is. Because of HIPAA regulations, we have to take certain steps. So Jennifer will write a letter, start out by writing a letter to her donor family. It will go through her transplant center, be passed on to donor services, and then we pass it on to the family, and they can elect to correspond back. And then that goes back and forth with no contact information shared. And then if it's agreeable on both sides and they want to do that, they can correspond by themselves, knowing each other. And then also, we're getting more requests that donor families and recipients want to meet in person, and we're always happy to help arrange that.
You know, we hear stories of people who've received a transplant and they feel like there are little hints they get about the person who they've benefited from. Do you feel that at all? Do you feel anything?
I think they were probably a little feisty.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
You have a little bit of an attitude now?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. More than usual. I had one before, but more than usual now.
If somebody is thinking about now becoming an organ donor and they're not, maybe their driver's license is not up for renewal, but that's the easiest way to do it.
Sure.
What do they do?
Well, 98% of the people who sign up on the Tennessee Donor Registry, which is the best way that we have to document our decision, are going to do it at the DMV. But for people who are not due yet and they've heard Jennifer's story or someone else's and they want to do so, they can go online to the registry, donatelifetn.org. It takes less than 10 minutes to sign up. And it is, as I said, the best way that we can let people know what our wishes are after we pass away. You know, one person can save the lives of 8 people, potentially, with organ donation. And then when we consider tissue, which we haven't even talked about today, someone can improve the lives of around 75 people.
Wow.
So it's amazing what one person can actually do to leave a legacy behind and to be a donor hero.
Well, here's to many more steps for you to climb, but I think you've already stepped a great big one long before you got here today. So thanks for sharing your story.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Trevor. Welcome to the Hemp House. Let me show you where the treats are.
Our selection of local products allows the Hemp House to